Hey folks, Chad here. This week we have what I am calling a rustic recording from Brew Five Three. There were some chunks I couldn't quite salvage. There was a lot of wind and other fun things going on, music, people milling about, having a wonderful time drinking a bunch of great beer, etc. So please enjoy what I was able to salvage. And next week we will be back to our regularly scheduled programming. Cheers.
Welcome to another episode of the American Beer Review Podcast.
Good times with good friends requires good beer. Lucky for us, we know how to pick all three.
We're a group of friends who grew up in the Pacific Northwest, giving us a jump start on our craft beer journey.
Join us today while Brian... I pride myself on not getting to know other people, so do not put that on me.
Alec.
So the bananas up until like the 60s were an entirely different species of banana?
And Chad. It hit me like a wrecking ball.
Review some beer, talk about beer topics, and whatever else comes up. We invite you to pour yourself a drink and hang out with us.
So we're at second up.
Yeah, Brew Five Three 2023.
Oh, they add it on the logo in there.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So I thought this beer sounded familiar. It's the same name.
This is the beer.
Oh, yeah. So I'm drinking Monk's Indiscretion. Echo. This one had I'd never heard of it until you guys had it. Brewery. Or brewery called Sound Brewery, also out of Paulsville. You think it's probably considering they're two breweries in the same beer. I guess it's somebody from one to the other.
Our friends at Envelope, I did the raspberry sour again because I'm a coward and I wanted something safe.
Jumps on that too. It might be my get out of area.
And then I'm following up with it's from
My first one.
Matchless Runner.
Oh yeah,
the chill. Summer Ale is my second. So far,
I started with Odd Otter. So I grabbed it out. It was goodness, very, very prickly pear lime.
Mm-hmm.
It was very fruity.
One that had a taste. Was
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
The pear is not something.
You see very often.
Yeah.
I feel like, I
that's more of a wine flavor.
was kind of wondering what a whole pint of it or a can would be like, but still,
Well, we find 16 might be a little tougher.
yeah. Oh yeah, doing the Belgian.
I started Nectar of the Gods from
Which
White Bluff.
But that pear.
68 and American IPA. Real good classic IPA. Fan of that. And then now I haven't tasted it yet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
This one just
I know.
Really stout. Worth Brewing and Sig Brewing
Oh, I didn't know it was that like.
combo.
Yeah.
5.5%. Spiciness and flavors from Ghost and Mulata chilies added towards the end of fermentation.
A lot of words there.
Well, no, just nicely balanced for folks
augment some heat. It is definitely a stout in color.
Yeah, both of you have chosen 2 beers so far that the sun cannot penetrate.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were doing, but
Yeah.
that was
Maybe they're random. Or in.
So they added into the fermentation process. I think that's kind of just like a gimmick. But
But it's not too bad. Definitely get mixed up. Yeah, more than I want. Still more pepper than I want. Where else? Strong.
I don't think that's.
Oh, that has the right amount. So that was our first. That was our first 2. So we have 6 remaining, 6 sips, unless we decide somebody really.
A lot of breweries around the side breeze.
Food trucks this time because
There
they're
are-
plus, which means we can,
Reset some food if we need to.
right?
Plenty of space, which is nice.
Here, but
Just so many.
stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you really could have a lot of.
Yeah.
Be able to go. Okay, I really want to go to these guys, and not. Oh man, I need to get out. Beer runs.
Well,
Yeah.
the big one at the Gig Harbor was you couldn't actually have a conversation with the brewer or whoever was
No.
there serving because it was just so loud.
Speaker is right.
For here, the downside is I gotta kind of like creep up on each booth to figure out what's available.
Yep.
And so then it's kind of like someone start their sales meeting. Like I just kind of check in.
Yep.
Kind of just looking. So
Scoping it out.
yeah, having Kirby set a whole piece of paper that would have been nice. But
We did. We'd had a list.
We were saying something.
maybe
I
swing
might do
back
it.
through.
I might. All right.
Oh, we back?
We are back.
Oh, okay then.
I never.
Round 2
Yeah, so
/ 4.
something like that.
Trying to think what I had. Okay. Oh,
I
I
had a beer company out of Astoria. They're Kolsch.
That one caught my eyes. I walked by, but I was on.
Yeah, pretty tasty.
But I said I was gonna have a weird beer.
Yeah, 4.8%. Very Kolsch.
What was your weird beer? Oh, was that this one or the one
So
before?
well, I did.
Oh,
Yeah, it was tasty.
Hog Slammer.
Hog Slammer.
Yeah.
I just
Throwback.
yes, I just am catching that.
Yeah. Passion fruit, blood orange, and guava. 7 pounds per match.
Nice.
Formed by the. I assume that was. Did you say that was the
No, that was a different one.
different one? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this guy knew the numbers.
Yeah.
He's all over it.
No, I went to
Very tasty.
Stemma, and
Right?
yes, and I already had their IPA that they had, but they had a fruited seltzer, so I actually grabbed that, which I should make sure to point out to my wife that it is gluten free.
There you go.
The orange guava key lime was that one. They also do occasionally, I think, a smoothie version of it.
Okay.
And so, not mad about that. Yeah, it was pretty solid. It's a little. I think we met up with a friend and they had that. Actually, she might have had it when we went there, but it's a little boozier for a seltzer than I expected. I should have looked a little closer for that
What
one.
did you say it was? I wasn't paying attention.
7.5.
Oh, that's a boozy seltzer.
Yeah.
Even more than like the especially boozy seltzer.
Yeah. 'Cause like, the macro easy seltzers are like, what, 8%?
Are they?
I think that's about where they are. The regular ones are like 5, like your standard seltzers. So then I was getting back into beer, and I went to Double Mountain,
Okay.
and never Schwartz beer. When I say dark beer at about 4.5%.
That is another beer you cannot see through.
No, you cannot. But much lighter body than like a stout or so. Have you done many Schwartz beers?
I don't know that I have ever touched a sports beer.
Well, don't touch other people's Schwartzes without asking.
Since you whipped it out, yeah,
Well, if you're offering.
But I almost always will. There's also like a Czech dark lager or
I
different
was going to
things
say
that
that
are
almost reminds me of like a CD, a Czech
Yeah.
dark lager, like
Yeah. where you get
darker than
those similar,
darker than the body is.
but you're still getting a very light overall flavor and stuff. So
And then I did find my weird beer for my second of this round.
another weird beer.
From Scamp Brewing. I am doing jalapeno orange grapefruit IPA at 7.2.
Nope.
So another pepper beer today.
Nope.
And I think
Nope.
Mr. Rebel might be interested in their Scotch ale. Their peated Scotch ale.
Mm.
And my ex.
Scamp.
Gold medal winning.
Interesting going back. I went to Scamp out of actually Auburn.
Okay.
They're Auburn went in 15th. Kind of back in by there's like a U.S. bank, kind of towards the top of the bell, and they I went when they first opened, and since then, space in Tacoma, South by or something. So seem to be doing well enough, but so how's the opinion?
It's there. It's simple, but citrus. I don't know.
Overwhelmed.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel a little better about it.
So I would have gone 47. They had a pineapple orange sour.
But you didn't do that.
Did not do that one. I went with the Heidi Ho Smash.
Okay, so
So I
yes,
have no
we were
idea.
talking about this on the way over.
Yeah.
Do you know what a smash is?
I know what smashing is.
Not the same.
Then no.
Smash is an acronym.
Okay.
Single malt and
Some other hops.
single hop. So basically, you've chosen like a core, like
beer. But
a core malt for it, and you're only hopping it with the one hop.
yeah, I don't have.
So it's really highlighting the profiles of certain things instead of like.
on it.
Did it say? It didn't say what
It's
hop or what
literally
anything.
just-
Huh.
I mean, I'm sure I could.
Heidi Ho Smash. Yeah, interesting. Let me see
On
what I
tap.
can find here. Yeah,
Probably have
let's
something pulled up, but
see
no,
if I can get it quick enough. Here. Heidi Ho. That also is interesting. Like, is there a Heidi? Is it Heidi? Well, thank you, Heidi Ho.
I'm not scroll through my
It's
pictures.
not Heidi Ho. Let's try North. No, it's not in there at all.
This
They don't even have it. So maybe they did it. It's a one-off.
my jalapeno orange. So, the jalapeno actually gets stuff. Kind of like a popper when you cook it long enough that it
Yeah.
becomes sweet.
Dude, it's been a hot minute since I've had your like those jalapeno poppers, but those are pretty legit. And I do not like jalapenos.
Well,
Cooks. It cooks out the heat.
I mean, those. Well, you made sure to clear out the.
yeah, but you
seeds,
fill it with sour cream and bacon. So
Yeah.
basically, you're
offsetting it.
just like that.
It was delightful, though. I remember
It's
That-
vegetables.
that was one of the best
What
things at the Egg
What
Fest.
part is
The
vegetables?
jalapeno.
Jalapenos
Yeah,
vegetable.
the jalapeno. Just filling it with cheese and wrapping it in meat.
They're still vegetable.
It counts, right?
Sure.
Can't find it, so no idea.
We all did our.
Second,
Yeah.
second rounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We're gonna.
I would say,
What is this? I don't think so. Free stuff, maybe.
it's a flyer on. We talked about them. They handed it to me with the.
Oh, is it co-op?
Yeah.
If I lived up there,
Right? So we talked about it.
$200. Yeah. Grab it too. But these people clear out, so
Just make sure you're talking in the mic.
instead of freaking gator that's driving by.
All right. What did I have?
It's Rustic.
Okay,
It's a Rustic recording.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think what I just had. Oh,
That's why you got to take the photos.
I had the beer week beer.
Beer week
So,
beer. Yep.
yeah, I went by E9 just to oh hey, I'm gonna go see what they have, and not actually get something. It's open over here.
Sure it is.
And then it turns out they had beer week beer. So I was like, well, I guess I'm getting the beer week beer. So it is a 5.5%, 5.6% pale ale collaboration with Odd Otter. So E9 and Odd Otter. So pretty solid. Actually, I really enjoyed it for a pale ale. Still a lot of flavor, but not overly hoppy.
So since you made fun of me for not having a barley wine,
On the way here, yeah.
yeah, I grabbed Narrow Brewing's Port Barrel aged barley wine at 11%.
Yeah, my bad.
So tasty. I mean, you guys both had it.
But was it good?
It was good. Yeah. Holy crap! 330 calories. I'm
It
hoping
tells you the calories on there?
yeah, I'm hoping that's for 12 ounces,
That's
not
gotta
4.
be. Or a pint.
No, that's totally.
Really? Has to be. Which also
Yeah.
is kind of terrible because I don't
That's like
know.
a third.
Fifth?
Depends on how much
Of
you
a
eat.
normal person.
Then I followed it up. Flying Bike Cooperative, which we talked about a couple pods ago.
Yeah,
the
one
one
of the
we just
recents.
came out. So I grabbed there. Rainbow Maker West Coast IPA.
Oh, I was looking at that one.
At 6.4. So,
You got it yet?
not taste.
Before Chad takes over.
West Coast IPA is a bold statement on this
This
podcast. so-
podcast, yeah. I ended up going by Sierra Nevada to see what they had. And they had Hazy Little Thing, which is one of their big,
Coors.
yeah. But then they had an Oktoberfest Marzen.
Ooh, okay.
So I grabbed that one. They also have hot water. I think it still costs you in cans. I think it still costs you a token. But I haven't loved the hot water, so I passed. I got the Oktoberfest Marzen.
How is it?
Literally haven't tried it yet.
For a West Coast IPA, that's a bold statement to throw. I think it needs, I don't know. You tell
A
me.
little more. You mess up my Marzen game here.
You are.
Well, while those two are debating West Coast IPAs, right off the rip, I chumped these two and got the tiramisu pastry stout from McMenamins.
Okay.
Yeah.
we-
Oh,
we
yeah.
all
saw it at the
eyeballed
same
it.
time. And you doubled down with another dark beer?
Yes, but I went to West Coast, who we saw at
Gig Harbor,
Gig
yeah.
Harbor, and I did their West Coast dry stout at 4.5.
There you go.
Oh,
So dark,
A little more moderate.
dark yet yielding.
closer to the I mean, it's a really different style, but closer to the Schwartz beer
Yes.
that I had.
Yep.
Yeah, that West Coast is
I'm going to join the cooperative to say,
yeah. You can though. So I've been to that. I think I said before, but I've been to the Flying Bike co-op. If I lived close, it'd be kind of fun. It's $200 for life.
oh, really? It's not even
Yeah.
like an annual thing?
Oh.
Hmm.
I think that then you can be more involved by volunteering and doing stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Well, didn't they give you a paper?
There
Scratch
is
noise here.
a paper.
Yeah, $200 lasts for life, not a year.
Huh.
You've owned the mug. Try owning the beer. So there's a bunch on events running the brewery. You get $2 off of crowlers and pitchers. Yeah. I mean, if I lived close, I would do it. I was at the time not I never tried the beer, but it's good beer.
Right.
$200 for life.
Yeah, sure. Have some
Okay.
influence over the direction.
Yeah, I'm in. The margin's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's 6 something. I forget what it is. A lot of that. I think I sometimes forget. I grabbed a Marzen when I was in California. I was like, oh, that's 7 something. I forgot. Because Marzens, I think, are normally not. This is an Oktoberfest Marzen, but I'm pretty sure, Chad, you'll need to check this when you go to Germany. Marzen is like basically like March.
He's not going to remember that.
I have not gotten to the months of the year yet in Duolingo. Basically, I'm at the point I can get myself from the airport out to a library, a pharmacy,
In the bathroom, hopefully.
Not yet.
Oh,
I am very concerned.
You need to be able to punch into Duolingo.
I can go to a museum.
You need to be able to punch into Duolingo. Like, I need to know about these things.
Okay, I know how to ask for a female or a male lawyer.
What?
Okay.
I am very concerned what they're lining me up for.
Yeah.
It's very on brand what they're preparing me for.
Huh.
For a foreign beer trip.
That is super interesting.
Take me to the museum. I need a lawyer. And a library to get a dictionary to actually be able to ask for what I need.
So
I don't know how to say dictionary source yet.
it sounds like
It's going to be rough.
you have the basics, but you're going to also need the Google Translate, where you
But also the
speak
guy,
what you want into it.
but the guy who lives there goes, everyone speaks English.
Because we did that to everyone. Yeah, so I've been happy with mine. I was trying to look. Actually, I forgot. I was going to look up and see if I've had that tiramisu. I've been still trying to check these in.
It's tasty.
Yeah, that was
I
a everyone gets a little pour on that one.
I looked it up though. This Oktoberfest, they actually categorize it as a fest beer on here. So maybe I was wrong with the Marzen. But it is collaboration with a brewery, a microbrewery in Germany.
Huh.
It says 20 years in the making, back when our brewmasters were classmates in Berlin. So now they're doing German-style craft beer in Germany. It's Kerdwider Creative Property. I bet you that means craft brewery.
Oh, gosh. Let
Yeah,
Chad
there we
pronounce it,
go.
'cause that was wrong.
That is Reader. Creative Brewery.
I mean,
It's basically kind of like a katakana. If you're in Japanese, katakana is like, we're just gonna dump it. But
that's the thing.
There's probably not. That's not the German word for
Yeah.
brewery, probably.
I took Spanish in high school, still did not do great in it, and still enjoyed it. These guys go Latin and Japanese. And now the only one jumping back into a language is how to do German. So, totally, it's helpful for your
Little bit. They don't have Punjabi in Duolingo.
Oh.
But
You learned
for the job, a little bit.
Okay. Work now.
Right? That work is.
What you got to do?
But I do not have a light streak of any.
No, I am banking on immersion for this trip.
You're going to learn German through immersion?
I've gotten to the point
All right.
where like I can read German Twitter.
Oh.
I can pick out enough in the sentence structure to go, okay, this is kind of what they're
That's-
talking about.
See, and that's how I feel about Spanish. It's like, listen, if I have the time to sit and read this, I can understand it. It's when they talk to me and I'm like,
Oh, spoken, yes.
Oh yeah,
like,
spoken.
oh
I'm
God, I'm
toast.
screwed.
Spoken, I'm toast. But if just reading stuff
Yeah.
or
You
reading
get
a menu,
directions. You can get
no
there.
issue.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause I got a couple.
I got 30 days.
I've got a couple podcasts that I follow, also helping, trying to teach me,
Oh.
and they go, "Yeah, that's the way they say it in a textbook." No one says
No one
it
says
that
it that way. That's helpful.
Yeah, I've started changing, like switching all my lessons, trying to do as much verbal work. Like
Oh,
listen,
yeah,
listen.
Yeah.
Like not look at the
categorize it
screen,
closer to what you're
because usually they'll say it on the screen
finding
and
a
then
lawyer and getting to a
you
library.
read it.
Yeah.
you end up-
A male or female lawyer, it's different. Depends on what you've been charged with.
yeah. The whole gender specific words.
Oh yeah, which
Mm.
in,
And
in Spanish does the same thing.
but that, yeah, but that's as like you didn't have that in Japanese or really in English.
No.
That's where most of my mistakes are coming from.
I was trying to see if I've had the tiramisu. I cannot figure it out.
And now all of a sudden, like when you say your, there's a different way to say your as a man.
Oh, right.
I've had it.
Different pattern.
Yeah, would you rate it?
I've had it twice. I gave it a 4.
Okay, so solid.
One of my friends, my sister gave it a 4.75.
Oh wow. The stout sister.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, we had flights. Oh, in January. At,
You had it less than 6 months ago, and you didn't even remember if you had it before.
Listen, he has checked in 250 beers.
Yeah. I also had it the year before when we stayed at Kalama.
Okay.
So
Twilight Retreat.
that was spring break getting away from our kid.
Just saying, going checking out the Twilight sites.
Oh, no, I didn't even know that till we went down there. You obviously have read that.
He was
I have not.
sparkling. Glitter vampires.
Do you know what that means? I need more beer to deal with.
Yep, time for another round. That's weird that I found another way to nerd out in the middle of a beer festival.
BRB.
Hockey. It's like, it was a nice,
That's
if we were walking up the hill to our house,
Oh yeah, hey,
Let's
have a
do some
couple
more. But like at 4-ounce pours, the variety of things,
Yeah.
adding in a round of water, it was a good amount. I think also that like if it were cooler weather and I like wasn't on a like
Shot clock.
yeah, I can't stay all day. Like I ran into some people that are here for celebrating a birthday. Like they're here for a long time and hanging out, and they got to go close to a house like that. Yeah, let's pour another round. Let's do whatever. But like that was a good amount. 8 ounce, eight. Did we ever do the math? What's it? 8 times 4?
32. 2 pints.
See,
easy.
And we're putting a decent amount of steps just going back and forth between where the party is and where we've been recording. But okay, so let me.
We've been boots on the ground for about 3 hours.
2.5. Yeah. All right, so I'm trying to look what my last ones. So
My stuff was the scoop.
and I got the other stoop.
We split the scoop so we can have a full meal deal. So they had 2 offerings today.
Yes, I did. You did their.
I did the Mexican lager.
Yeah.
It was a Mexican lager. Tasty, delicious, perfect for this.
The weather, yeah.
Yeah.
No complaints.
I did the In the Meantime IPA, which had like a smattering of different hops all in it, but it honestly was like kind of perfectly light and a little bit of citrus that at just a hair over 6% felt really nice and clean and neat. Like as we're nearing the end of this, you kind of think about those like finishing, like, hey, where am I ending?
Right.
That one was really good. I mean, I get stoop all the time, but like I really enjoyed that one. So.
Well, then I split Black Fleet with somebody at the other one earlier. I had their.
I had the other one.
There you go. So I had their Sailor sour pineapple, which I think you guys both tasted.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was 0.2. Nice rounding out the day.
I'm leaning to them for my favorite sip.
Yeah.
Sips of the day. Unfortunately, there's so many people here, and you only had 10 tickets. So you could eight. Sorry.
Ivy.
It felt.
Yeah, you're probably. I mean, including cideries, meaderies, you're probably at 30.
Yeah.
30 total places. There's a few.
Oh, it's not cidery.
Remember,
Two. It's cidery, but yeah, it's furry. Let's be
sorry.
simply correct.
And I think actually there are things that their branding is literally crossing Z's and writing R's on them of fuzzy or into furry, I think.
Whoever was pouring in the furry outfit on this day.
Oh, he's got to be dying.
Is the champ.
He was walking around. He had sunglasses on his furry head.
Yeah, he was walking to the medical tent to get rehydrated.
Not quite, but yeah.
MVP of the day for me. That guy.
So I rounded out my day with a 5440.
Yeah, how was that one?
Fluffy Kittens Hazy IPA. It's a hazy IPA.
Was that a
Sugar.
dudes doing the?
They did. No, they had it at a keg.
They had a
I thought they were pouring cans.
They had cans. I took pictures of cans, but no, they poured out a keg. They had that one that I was almost tempted to get. They didn't. They are. So I was trying to help you guys out with the content there.
Yeah, at this point, we're just sending all those to Chad.
I am actually sending them right now.
So I ended up doing. Oh, sorry, I got distracted looking back up the In the Meantime IPA, which has apparently been around for a couple of years. It's pretty solid, but I got the. I gotta back out of here. I did one of the Fort George three ways, and I didn't realize how many different three ways they did.
What are the?
AKA they get around. So Fort George does a series of beers called Three Way, and it is like a 3-part collaboration. So it is them and 2 others.
That's what a 3-way usually is.
Yeah.
I believe the correct term is three.
Or if you're taking Duolingo in French.
As you come out.
So I was talking to the guy who worked there, and because I was like, oh, I think I've had this one. He's like, well, which one did you have? And it literally is coming down to the fact that, like, even in 2023, there were, I've seen 3 different 3-ways. A 3-way called Chico Hazy, which is also it is a 3-way. West Coast categorized as purple, and then a hazy categorized as. I thought I had one of their 3-ways this year. Apparently, I haven't. So this is the purple West Coast style 3-way.
Right.
I'm trying, but like,
But you've had no 3-ways this year?
yeah, 3-ways. This is Anchorage Brewing and Southern Maker Brewing in San Francisco. It's good. It's version 2. It's Polish yeast that they use for this, so it's like lighter. I'm trying to be Alec.
You had the microphone pointed the wrong way for me.
You put the microphone there.
I did not. I did not.
You literally
Our producer did not have it set up correctly. I also didn't realize they were one
directional
directional.
mics. Yeah.
This one's on direction.
Last ones. Did we already say? Am I the last one?
I already covered my last one.
So, there we
was
go.
the last one.
The content is I did I rounded out the oddly light.
Odd Otter.
4.1 light.
Listening to
Light us off.
the brewer. Kind of coming up with
References. Yeah.
beers, but oddly light. So,
And yes. Sip.
Heavy.
Feeling loaded and gross, drinking a bunch of different beers on a hot day, which sometimes can be a little iffy.
Yeah, good crowd out here though, and
yeah,
enough space that it doesn't feel crowded.
I think that's tough. That it might feel like it's not as busy as it actually is.
Space.
People can spread out. You can go into the concert area. You can move the whole place. Downside, people are like the shadows of the tents, the different breweries. People are literally sitting down in because there's not a lot of shade in the area.
Oh no, because the shade we are sitting in now to the park bench is what, 500 feet
Yeah.
plus
Football
away.
field?
Yeah.
But I went to Brew 5 years ago. They were in downtown Tacoma. Some of the upside is like you're down on a city block doing
Right.
it, and you got all the breweries just lined up along the side.
You could duck into a storefront
Some
or something.
air
No,
conditioned
they had it
location.
closed. No,
Oh.
none of that. Everything was closed off. But you get shade from some of the buildings.
Yeah.
But until then, you are hitting like the heat of the sun hitting off brewery.
Yeah.
We don't have here.
No.
We have more breeze here. I think it's something hot
Because it's right on the water.
Right on the
Right on
water,
water.
so we're getting a nice sea breeze. That I think later tonight.
Well, and the music was
It was nice.
nice.
A nice touch.
Yeah.
You get away from
Wasn't overpowering like our last
last experience.
experience. Yeah, where it was kind of overpowering. You can actually sit down and even talk about beers, much less talk to the brewers and the people manning the tents. So good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I'm glad. I can't remember if they had. So one of the last few years, what they did for Brew 5-3 is you could order a kit, and you got sent. You could pick your different versions, and they basically sent the beers.
Oh, because you were doing it remote or whatever.
Yeah, and then you got like a code to log on and like sit and drink with the brewer, or do like those types of things. So they did a good job of like pivoting in that type of thing. I hate that buzzword, but they did a good job of like figuring that out and doing it. And I think they might have done this last year, but then this year obviously moving into kind of like the quote unquote after. Pretty good crowd. Bringing our own chairs, hanging out, sitting down. This is probably a really solid space to be able to try and use it. It's a bummer because it's not really Tacoma, and it doesn't. This is event other than being put on by Tacoma Arts Live.
Yeah.
When you think of it, I mean, it's Brew 5-3, so it could be anywhere in that area.
Yeah.
But it just being one of the first times I went in downtown Tacoma really connected you to Tacoma.
Especially because it was the beer district.
No, it was
Wasn't the beer
more
district,
downtown.
But not. So maybe they pivot to that.
Yeah, so
Same
which actually wouldn't be too bad finding some of those lots. But I think having the massive amount of space here, the parking and different things, makes it a lot simpler and easier to do.
There's a nice crowd. It does not feel crowded. There's a couple food trucks that we haven't checked out quite yet. Right? So, it's good.
Yeah, I gotta.
Was best sip you would like to see in the fridge? Your beer fridge.
Ooh.
Beer fridge. Main fridge.
Yeah, I gotta start to kind of.
I already know mine. So Hogs from Black Fleet.
Okay.
It's gonna get my vote. I don't know exactly what the vote is. That's pretty best.
There is, yeah. You pick an overall brewery if you're going on their website.
They're probably gonna get mine today, based off my sampling hog, and Alec doing the goza.
Just sour. Oh,
Is it
it is a fruited goza style.
Yeah, we got a little sneak of that. So I think that is probably, I'm going to lock that in after my taco. This is where I'm leaning. Yes.
I think we might both be going Black Fleet then, because I think that Salish Sour, the sour pineapple, is my favorite as well. The Pog, I've gone with again. So again, if we were grabbing a beer to take home, that Pog was really good too. And it could be the weather that fruity, sour Gosa style is hitting a little bit better, but I think I put that as my number one for the day as well.
Honestly, just like kind of straight up beers. The Stoop really hit the spot kind of near the end, being a lighter body. I feel a bit warmer for Stoop.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so
This is the free t-shirts and everything they've sent you.
the massive amount of times I've been there. The other thing though is the other one that like really stands out that honestly wouldn't be a bad ender is the Schmoozy.
Oh, the one you started with.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I was waffling at the table if I was going to do that or the light.
Yeah, and so like Tacoma Brewery, I maybe visit compared to so I didn't do a great job of that. But it's the variety of stuff.
Well, between the three of us, we didn't double up on any beers.
No.
right? Like we sampled a little bit of each other's.
Yeah.
Doubled up on breweries, but we didn't
Yeah.
double tap any beers.
Yeah.
We got a good broad range.
Honestly, the other thing though that hit really well was that beer week. Beer week
Was it?
sale. It was like it really hit the spot at the time. So yeah, I'm unfortunately not out there branching out too far. I'm just kind of stuck in that like beer week beer was E9 and Odd Otter, Schmoozy is Odd Otter, and then Stew. So I mean, I'd pick one. The Schmoozy just stood out. Pear in there.
Yeah.
The rest were really solid. Like, would have loved it. It's like smoothie-ish thickness.
Yeah.
Still really solid.
I think another fridger for me would have been the Bowie Beer Company Kolsch.
Yeah, I
That
looked
was-
at their stuff and I couldn't remember if anybody had it or not.
Yeah, so I did today. The first one, we should a Kolsch on the pod a couple weeks ago. That would be another one that I would fridge for the summer.
Yeah, Kolsch is a pretty solid summer beer. I think, honestly, that that beer week pale would be a really good, like, kind of that blend of the lighter, crisper beers and still low-ish on the ABV.
Yeah.
That would have been.
My beer fridge choice would be the Matchless King of the Chill Summer Ale. Think I would go off the best taste, but I think the best everyday taste I had was this at a 5.5. Very clean, kind of different than a Pilsner or a light,
Mm-hmm.
and a better every day. I think the Pog was very excellent. I don't know if I want to have it every day, because
Right.
sometimes you don't want to burn yourself out on that flavor. That's a good treat every once in a while. But
Sure.
There. No specific what is
Yeah.
that, but is there. That's one of the ones that got me into pyramid.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day.
Curveball.
They still make it, but
Go to.
we're getting some back. Red Hook coming back to the craft space.
That was pyramid.
That was Pyramid, but we're getting some.
It's gone. But yeah.
We're getting some of those
Red Hook used to be OG
craft beer,
Oh yeah.
and it wasn't for a long time. But we've got them back now as a craft beer, which means we can
Technically.
not technically. They're not independent, but they're craft now.
Yeah.
Technically correct is the best correct.
Means we can review them without feeling bad about it.
Or as bad.
Sure.
Perfect. I have an ESB sitting in my fridge.
There you go. Depends on its born on date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just might need to drink that one.
All right.
My tasting glass is empty.
Yeah, so are ours, and the music's about to
Pop
kick.
off. Yeah.
So our glasses are empty. Hopefully yours are too. We'll see you next week.